What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Vastum, entitled Hole Below. This is released on 20 Bucks Spin, Sentient Ruin Laboratories. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of San Francisco, California, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very ominous, destructive, sexually charged style of death metal. Yeah. Over the last several years, this band has been making a name for themselves within the metal world and within the underground with their very pummeling, old-school style of death metal, and it was very evidented on this band's debut full-length in 2011 entitled Carnal Law. That was just as dirty and as raw and as underground as death metal could get for a record like that. And it got a lot of people talking. Really great vocals, great guitar interplay, awesome concepts and lyrics, very lustful sort of ideas being represented by this band. And then those ideas evolved further into their 2013 sophomoric effort, Patricidal Lust. I mean, you could tell that from the Paolo Girardi artwork, things were going to become a lot more mature and a lot more grown up. And it showed in the music. It was very devastating. It had that almost autopsy bolt thrower-esque sort of quality to it. And it really, really got people talking about them. Now here we are with the third full-length from Vastum entitled Hole Below. It's 6 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length, and if you've become accustomed to what Vastum have put out in the past with their last couple of full-length albums, you're going to feel very comfortable with a record like Hole Below, because for the 6-track duration that happens on here, it's just going to be one hellaciously scary thrill ride, and you can appreciate what kind of detail a band like Vastum does with their style of death metal. It's really incredible. Very respectful to the roots, but yet doing it the way they know how to do it, and I think they do it perfectly. The guitar playing on here is incredibly chaotic and frenzied all the way throughout. It's dark, it's ominous, the ominous tones of things, the riffs, the leads, the solos. It just feels like a classic sort of death metal sound. You hear it right away on the opening track, Sodomistic Malevolence. It's just a really carefully constructed sort of riffs being done on those songs. And then later on to tracks like Amniosis and the title track, it's just really sensational to listen to these guitars being played and handled here. They accompany one another very nicely, and nothing feels out of place or out of whack. It just feels like a very respectful sort of nod to death metal of old and new. It's just some sensational guitar playing going on here. The bass is very good too, very powerful in this production. Has that sort of same ominous bellowing undertone as the guitar playing on here. It does its job very well here. The drumming, on the other hand, does some very great work here as well. It maintains a very good pace throughout some of the lengthy songs on this record. No song is shorter than 5 minutes, but the way this drummer handles himself, it really feels once again like an old school sort of death metal drum performance. Very good double bass, a lot of great moments. You get that sort of crust punk feel in some instances in the drums, and I think it sounds fantastic to listen to. And another thing to point out about this record is the vocal interplay. I really love the vocal styles that are being done here, like it has been in the last several Vastum records. Very low bellowing growls to more high mid-range to high-end sort of growls going on here. The way these two vocal styles counter each other and blend, it really sounds awesome, especially for this album's themes and dark aspects. I love that sort of chemistry going on here with these kinds of vocals, and I really think it makes for an altogether entertaining sort of death metal experience. So overall, I think Vastum are continuing to make a statement as to why they are one of the most important death metal bands to come out of the Bay Area in a very long time. I really think that they have come into their own with an album like Hole Below. I think it's incredible. There's a lot of intelligent guitar playing going on here. The vocal work is just top tier. The music, the structuring, the overall mood of this album just feels right. And if you're into what Vastum has put out before, you're going to love Hole Below. I think this is an amazing piece of death metal done the right way and done properly. So, Sodomistic Malevolence, In Sickness and in Death, and the title track are worth checking out. Even the closer, Empty Breast. That's an amazing song to listen to as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the 20 Spin Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and it is also currently available from 20 Spin on CD. There's also going to be a vinyl version, and Sentient Ruin Laboratories is responsible for the tape version of that. I will leave you a link to their Bandcamp where you can purchase a tape copy of this if you are into cassettes. So, again, the album is Hole Below by Vastum. This is released on 20 Spin. Sentient Ruin, go support this. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Very solid old school death metal from a band that really truly respects what they do and how to deliver something very awesome. So, if you've happened to have heard this album, let me know what you think of it and how you think it compares to what Vastum put out previously. So, I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Armijo out.